It starts when Vishal, along with his family and friends and my parents, enter the ceremonial site, which is called the mandap, and they begin by doing some prayers. We're adding in a little bit of the American flair. We'll have a flower girl enter, my bridesmaids enter, and that's when it's my grand entrance. My one brother and my 3 cousins are going to be leading me down into the mandap.
When I saw Millie walking down the aisle, I'm looking at her, I'm like, wow, no, this is the girl I'm marrying. This is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with.
My favorite part of the ceremony was just walking down the aisle. It's a little nerve-wracking, but it's also really exciting when you see him at the other end. Before I enter the mandap, Vishal and I play the doll game. It's a playful game. I throw rose petals at his face while his brother protects him. And the winner of this game, meaning if I get a lot of rose petals on him or if his brother was able to protect him a lot, is supposed to be the ruler of our house. We have all these different vows. And then we'll exchange rings. And Vishal will place a sacred necklace around my neck, and it signifies in India what a married woman would wear.
Vishal, Millie, it is my pleasure to announce you husband and wife. Wish you all the best.
The final part of the Hindu marriage ceremony is called the vidai. It's when the girl actually sits in a doli, which is a palanquin. It's a very emotional moment because she's saying goodbye to her family and sort of moving on to a new role that she has as a wife.
While our newlyweds go to change for the reception, their guests are treated to a cocktail party of platinum proportions, white-gloved service, an international food display, and specialty drinks garnished with edible orchids.
Upon entrance, the guests will be greeted with 6 different types of signature drinks.
The food is a huge aspect, and this cocktail is not a cocktail hour, it's a cocktail hour and a half because we have so much food.
You'll see 60 different types of appetizers, 20 various stations and international stations.
We have Italian stations, Mediterranean stations, pasta stations.
We'll have a sushi station, and of course there'll also be a sake bar.
We have a wine bar having different types of white wine and red wine and cheeses. Right in front of the fountain, we have a martini bar where we're going to be having 10 different types of martinis along with the condiments.
Then we also have a luge that will have the alcohol poured from the top and coming down through the bottom. Millie and Vishal had a specific desire to put together an event that people would not forget.
So I think based on the cocktail hour, the night's going to be an extreme success.
The most incredible of all my 7 dresses is what I'm wearing on the reception. It's actually designed by the new and upcoming hot designer Priya and Chintan, and they custom made my entire dress from scratch. I picked the colors just because they're very vibrant and they're colors that nobody else is going to wear. The dress has Swarovski crystals and a lot of thread and Jardosi work, which is something that's very traditional. So it's a mix of being trendy with a little traditional flair in it. As for my jewelry, my dad actually designed it, so it's really special in the sense that I get to have it. We need to go through the dance right now, and she needs 2 minutes. She's just sewing this. So Vishal and I have actually spent a lot of time perfecting our entrance into the reception because we really want to make it a moment that's like just really special for everybody, that everybody gets really excited and like riled up about. I just can't wait to walk into the room.
For Millie and Vishal's grand entrance, we have a beautiful stairwell they'll be walking down. Fireworks will go off and you'll see this projection of flames that'll showcase that they've arrived. And then you'll see some more elaborate fireworks surrounding the dance floor.
I was just shocked when I walked into the grand ballroom. You plan so hard and you think about all these details, but when it all comes together, it's just like, wow. It just looks magical.
There are 4 trees covering the whole head table with all the flowers. That looks beautiful.
We have 50 centerpieces for Millie and Vishal's wedding. Very simple and very elegant. The tall Pilsner vases have calla lilies and orchids that will create a span above the table, and some pin spot lighting will create a glow.
We've been working on our first dance for about like 2 months. We're gonna have it snowing in the backdrop, so you're really gonna feel like you're in sort of like a winter wonderland.
Runners, let's go, runners. Let's go, guys.
We have an Indian caterer and an American caterer, and we're actually having a pre-plated first course and then a sit-down, family-style dinner. Millie and Vishal wanted Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise's cake. We actually did a twist on it. The cake is 7 tiers with the rim of flowers that Katie and Tom had used, but we actually consolidated it to their own colors, and that was white and ivory.
We've taken so much time into little details.
Before the dessert, Millie and Vishal have decided to have a flambe show. The chef will come out and he'll be putting some alcohol and fresh fruits along with French pastries to create a flambe and officially launch the dessert lounge. In the dessert lounge will be about 75 to 80 different types of desserts. In addition to the 30 different flavors of ice cream, there'll be Indian flavors, which are very rare to find here, but we've managed to secure a vendor that's willing to ship them from India.
We really couldn't decide between a DJ and band, so we decided to have both. I've always felt that bands are so elegant for sit-down dinner, and then DJs are really good for getting the crowd going and the party started.
Lighting was a very big component for Vishal. The lighting is customized. There's various moving fixtures. There's LED fixtures that are very expensive that will be lined across the perimeter of the room that will change colors. They'll have their logo also that's going to be incorporated into different parts of the venue.
For an Indian wedding, it's never just a marriage of a bride and groom. It's really a match of 2 families coming together.
The most important thing for me for the reception was for it to have a presence. When people leave, they're like, wow, that's the best wedding we've been to. That's the ideal wedding.
It's been really surreal all day. When it comes together, it's just amazing. I definitely will do it all again.
I'll definitely do it again.